My name is Ava Reynolds, and I was sitting alone in a quiet coffee shop in San Francisco's financial district when my phone vibrated on the table. I shouldn't have looked at it. I knew better. But when the screen lights up with Mom, instinct always wins. It was 2:47 p.m., the Tuesday before Thanksgiving. I was minutes away from resuming the most important business negotiation of my life, a deal that had taken 6 years to build and could change everything. Still, I picked up the phone. The message was carefully written. Polite. Almost gentle. Ava, I'm sorry, but we're going to have to skip you this year for Thanksgiving. Tyler and Madison are hosting at their new house in Westchester, and Madison feels strongly that the guest list needs to be curated. She's worried about appearances since her parents and some of Tyler's colleagues from the law firm will be there. You understand, right? Maybe we can do coffee next time you're in town. Love you, Mom. I read it once. Then again. Then I turned my phone face down on the table and took a slow breath, the kind you take when something finally confirms what you've known for a long time. Across from me sat representatives from Tech Venture Global, reviewing acquisition terms for my cybersecurity company. $160 million. I smiled politely, reopened my notebook, and continued the meeting as if my family hadn't just quietly erased me from a holiday I grew up believing meant belonging. If you've ever been treated like the family embarrassment, while secretly building something powerful, hit like and subscribe. Because what happened next still doesn't feel real. 6 years earlier, I had graduated from a state university with a computer science degree and immediately disappointed everyone by turning down a corporate job. Instead, I started a company. Not a flashy startup. No venture capital. No buzzwords. Just a small, practical cybersecurity firm focused on protecting small businesses, the ones nobody cared about until they got hacked. My older brother Tyler had gone to Columbia Law. White shoe firm. Manhattan address. Suits that cost more than my rent. When he brought Madison home 2 years later, she looked at me once, hoodie, jeans, laptop bag, and I watched her decide exactly where I belonged in the family hierarchy. Madison came from old money, country clubs, judges, charity boards. At their engagement party, she introduced me to her parents as Tyler's sister, the one who does computers, not computer science, not cybersecurity, just computers. Like I fixed printers at Best Buy. I didn't correct her. I was too busy building something real. Building quietly. SecureNet Solutions started in my apartment with one employee, my best friend Marcus Chun. We cold-called medical practices, law firms, small manufacturers, anyone with data and no protection. Nobody cared. Until it worked. 10 clients became 50. 50 became 200. We hired engineers, built proprietary software, won government contracts. Tyler asked about my computer thing exactly once. So, still doing the tech support business? I corrected him. Cybersecurity consulting. He nodded politely and changed the subject. My family's idea of success had nothing to do with reality. It was about appearances. Tyler had the right degree, the right address, the right dinner guests. I had results and they couldn't see them. So I stopped trying to explain. The exclusion. The final break came when Tyler and Madison bought a house in Westchester. They threw a housewarming party. I wasn't invited. It's very intimate, my mom said. I saw the photos. 70 people. That's when I stopped pretending it didn't hurt. And that's when I focused completely on what I could control. The business. The deal. Tech Venture Global approached us in July. They'd been watching us for 2 years. By November, the offer was final. $160 million. The announcement was scheduled for Thanksgiving Day, I didn't think about the timing until my mom's text. Sitting in that coffee shop, I laughed not bitterly. Genuinely. The irony was perfect. Marcus looked up. Your family just disinvited you from Thanksgiving, while you're selling your company for 9 figures. Timing, I said, is everything. Thanksgiving Day. At 6:04 p.m. Eastern, the news broke. TechCrunch, Forbes, Bloomberg, CNN. My phone exploded. Calls, texts, voicemails. I didn't answer. At 9 p.m., I listened to the first voicemail. Ava, honey, I'm confused about what I'm seeing on the news. Tyler's message followed. Call me. Want to make sure you're not getting scammed. Madison texted for the first time ever. People asking questions. I went to bed. By Friday morning, the story had grown legs. What started as a single acquisition announcement had turned into a full media cycle. The Wall Street Journal ran a feature on small cybersecurity firms disrupting the market. Forbes published a profile on me, not just the deal, but the journey. Business Insider broke down the valuation and future projections. My phone showed 103 missed calls. I didn't respond until noon. One message, sent to the family group chat I had been quietly removed from months earlier. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone. Sorry, I couldn't make it to dinner. I was finalizing some business matters. Hope the turkey was good. I attached a link to the Forbes article. The response was immediate. Mum, Ava, please call me right now. Tyler, we need to talk. Madison, I think there's been a misunderstanding. There hadn't been. I didn't reply. Friday passed in meetings with Tech Ventures integration team. Saturday morning, my phone rang again, this time from Tyler's number. I answered. Ava, my mother said, voice shaking. Thank God. We've been trying to reach you. I've been busy, I replied calmly. Acquisitions tend to do that. Why didn't you tell us? She asked. You're our family. We had to find out from the news. I did tell you, I said. Repeatedly. You asked about my computer business. I told you it was growing. You just never believed me. Silence. Then Tyler's voice came on the line, clipped, controlled, professional. I think we got off on the wrong foot here. No, I said. We didn't. I reminded him of the text. The curated guest list. The concern about appearances. That wasn't personal, he said quickly. Madison just wanted a certain atmosphere. I know exactly what she wanted, I replied. She's been very clear about what she thinks of me since the day we met. We want you at Christmas, he said. She's already planning it. No. What do you mean, no? I mean, I'm not coming. Not to Christmas. Not to anything until something actually changes. Mom grabbed the phone again. We made a mistake, she said. We're sorry. That's the problem, I replied quietly. You're sorry now because the numbers are public. You weren't sorry when you thought I was failing. She started crying. It didn't move me the way it once would have. I need to go, I said. Enjoy your holiday. I hung up. The call that changed everything. The next call surprised me. Ms. Reynolds, this is Judge Harold Preston, Madison's father. I'm calling regarding the unfortunate misunderstanding about Thanksgiving, he said smoothly. Madison is quite distressed. I'm sure she is, I replied. She's young, he continued. Sometimes mistakes are made while building a life. I understand perfectly, I said. She made decisions based on what she knew. I'm doing the same. I was hoping we could resolve this, like reasonable adults, he said. Perhaps dinner at our club. There it was. The club. The same one Madison once bragged didn't accept just anyone. I'm not interested, I replied. I think you're being unreasonable. I think I'm being extremely clear, I said. Your daughter didn't want me at Thanksgiving because she thought I didn't belong. I'm simply making sure she never has to worry about that again. I hung up on a federal judge. It felt incredible. The knock on my door. Sunday evening, my building's concierge called. Miss Reynolds, your brother is here. Tyler had flown to California without warning. He looked exhausted. No tie. Rumpled suit. The confidence gone. This place, he said when he stepped inside my apartment, eyes widening. It's incredible. It's home, I replied. He sat down. I messed up, he said. I let Madison dictate family dynamics. I didn't stand up for you. Yes, I said plainly. You did. I'm trying to apologize. I know, I said. And I'm agreeing with you. He looked startled. You treated me like an embarrassment for 6 years, I continued. You only want to fix it now because the story went public. That's not fair, he said. Isn't it? If my company had failed, would you be here? He didn't answer. That's your answer, I said. I opened the door. I'm not cutting you off forever. But I'm done being valued only when I'm impressive. He left without another word. What came after? The press cycle eventually faded. What remained was peace. I celebrated the acquisition quietly dinner with Marcus, laughter built on shared struggle. Christmas came. I spent it in Hawaii with people who believed in me before the money. My mom sent a letter. She apologized not for excluding me, but for not realizing how successful I was sooner. She still didn't understand. Tyler emailed on New Year's Eve. He talked about therapy, about insecurity, about status. I replied 3 days later. Therapy is a good start. Maybe in 6 months we can have coffee. Madison has work to do too. I wasn't closing the door. I just wasn't opening it wide for people who only knock when they hear applause. The truth. Here's what I learned. People who measure your worth by appearance will abandon you quietly and return loudly when success becomes undeniable. Walking away wasn't revenge. It was self-respect. And sometimes, the most powerful response isn't proving them wrong. It's no longer needing their approval at all.